Hello, everyone, and welcome to our reading. I am sorry about the ashes. I just lit some sage and it just kind of like blew ashes everywhere. So, we are using soul connections when two hearts meet. So, we're doing just a quick love reading on what it is that you need to know for your highest good. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because it might not, it might fit somebody to a T because that's their spirit guides pulling the message out through me. But for others, it's, you might only one or two cards might resonate. So just take what you intuitively feel. So you need to have trust in a relationship in order for it to flourish. Okay, so this is all about trusting in, like, I feel like for some of you this is your husband, your spouse, but for a couple of you, this could be like a red flag. Don't get married to this particular person if you do not trust them. If there is a trust issue, it's not going to go away just because you get married. Okay, so be mindful with your decisions. Rekindle. Every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled. Okay, so this is all about working through the hard stuff, right? Cherish your relationship, honor your loved one, and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. So this has to do with self-love, and I feel like somebody may have had a relationship that was almost ended, and maybe there was just some issues going on, but I feel like some of those issues could have been brought on by outside source. And so, like, you're being asked to come back to the drawing board, like come back to communication and working through the things that are causing the issues that are causing trust issues within each other. And then look at the relationship and what can you do to really, if to really save it, if you want to save it, right? If you're hoping to save this. But it says, like, not to forget, again, you got the husband and the wife there. You got the bride and the groom. So cherish the relationship as if it was the day that you were married. Look back at when you got married and how you felt about this relationship. Whatever is going on in the present moment, it has to do with communication and honoring yourself and honoring the relationship and the person that you are in the relationship with. That honor, that love is what truly is going to help you in this situation when it comes to making this relationship work for you. It feels like spirit is telling you, based on your cards, spirit, your ancestors, creator, whoever you have been reaching out to about this situation, they're telling you not to give up on something that you cherished and loved full-heartedly. So for some of you, whatever's going on, it can be worked out. You can rekindle this situation. You both need to maybe take a time out and look at the situation and look at everything going on. Sometimes in a relationship there there's a path where, like, one person goes one way and another person goes another, right? And you kind of like stop growing together because you're on two different paths. So you just got to kind of look at it like this: why, and it needs to come back together again so that you can reconnect. So communication, alone time, one-on-one, with yourself. Knowing yourself is really big here. If you lose yourself and lose who you are, then you're going to lose a relationship because you're not going to know who you are in it. So that has a lot to do with it too, is knowing who you are, loving yourself, treasure treasuring yourself, and being able to to learn from the situation. Yeah, let love show you how to learn from each other. So all about learning and coming back to who you truly are and to your heart space. Love can move mountains. Love can do great things. And when you trust the creator and you ask for the Holy Spirit, creator, source, ancestors, this is not a religious reading. Whoever you pray for, pray to, to come in and help with this situation, it can be helped. It can be corrected. It can be source corrected. It can be, um, you'd be surprised how the Great Spirit can work in our lives if it's meant to be. They can remove situations, people, things like that that could be causing a lot of the problems as well. So, feelings, take time out to explore the deep emotions you are experiencing. Yeah, so take time to really get in tune with who you are. And attraction, divine soul counterpart attraction transcends superficially superficiality. Okay, so yeah, we're going to leave that there. This reading is, I mean, it's up to you on what you choose to do. As I always tell everybody, don't stay in a relationship that is harmful. Don't stay in a relationship that is not serving your highest good. If you are afraid, scared, seek the right assistance and help. But for the most part, I feel like you are in a relationship that you married under so much love, and there was just so much excitement and hope and anticipation on both parts when you got married. So this relationship was blessed. It's still blessed, and they want you to cherish your relationship. So but you got to honor yourself first, and you got to honor each other. You have to respect each other. Respect, you could be the one showing up with respect and communication, and the other person could be lacking respect and communication, and that in a situation like that, it can be really hard because one person can't save the relationship. It has to be both parties. Both of you have to both of you have to do the work to make this work. But this reading is stating that it is capable of working out. You just got to believe, and you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to honor yourself, love the other person. Don't project on the other person. Don't let the other person project on you, but truthfully see each other for who you are. Go back and look at where you kind of started to drift away. Pray over your marriage if you believe in prayer and turning to source and creator. Pray over your marriage for protection and guidance, spiritual protection, protection from any outside negative force or entity, spirit, person. Ask spirit to remove anyone who wants to come in and sabotage your relationship, and be willing to look at yourself too, because sometimes we self sabotage our relationships. But this is truly about loving yourself, and if you want to make this work, it is savable. This reading is definitely saying that your relationship is savable. You just got to do the work on yourself, and the other person, encourage the other person to not yell, do not yell at each other, but listen to each other. Don't listen to speak, listen to understand. There's a difference. If you're just this person saying something and then you're saying something back, and this person saying something, you're saying something back, and you're just like trying to see who can get the last word or who can make the most points, that's not active listening. Listening to understand is not necessarily responding at all, but just listening and understanding how that person's feelings is how they're feeling. Everybody has a right to feel the way that they feel. And it doesn't mean that the person is saying you're a bad person, but the person could be simply stating how they feel because of whatever's happening. And then, instead of internalizing that and taking it to blame, use it as valuable information. Okay, so this person is saying that when I do this, it upsets them. Okay, so in return, I'll start doing this. And even speak that, well, I'm sorry that that upsets you. I didn't realize that I was making you feel that way. Would texting you while I'm out make you feel better? Would giving you a call and letting you know that I'm going to be running late, would that make you feel better? Right? Like, communicate with each other. Communication, communication versus pointing fingers. Okay. I feel like whatever's going on, it can be resolved, but it's going to take telling other people no, telling other people that you are taking some relationship time, right? And maybe go on vacation or go do something away from your local area where you cannot run into people that you know that's going to distract you and things like that. And just spend some quality time talking to each other and working through the situation. I feel like for a lot of you, this can really be worked out. It's just you just got to remind yourself that it's worth it, and you got to rebuild that trust within yourself and trust within your marriage, your situation if you're married, or your situation. Okay, especially if you wanted to move into something more positive and solid. But remember, without trust, you can't really make anything sustainable. Trust is the foundation of things. So trust yourself and trust this situation to unfold, and trust that the universe is working with you, and just go by your heart. You're here for this love reading for a reason, so go by your heart on what it is, on how you need to address the issue, but try to stay away from anything negative. Like, try not to point fingers, try not to come off with the whole we need to talk, because that usually always feels like a negative. That's always often interpreted as a negative energy when somebody says we need to talk. So be like, I love you. I'd like to have a conversation with you without fighting or arguing. There's some things that I would like to talk about, and do it in a positive manner, because that will help you to see if this is going to be able to work out in a positive way. Okay. So I hope this has helped you. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.